In today's video, we are going to be checking out the Onkyo TX-RZ30, the brand new 9-channel AVR from Onkyo. Let's get into it. All right, let's get this guy out of here. Woo! Let's take a closer look. Bit of a good weight to it. Oh, either that or I'm not strong enough. Oh, first glance at the front panel. Hey, it looks pretty nice. I had the 767 or something like that. That was the NR, that wasn't an RZ. So this is a bit, I guess, of an upgrade for me from my last Onkyo. Ooh, knob feel is great on these front two knobs here. They're like stepped. Volume knob is free flowing. We all know it's not gonna be 100 watts per channel for all 9 channels. But what surprised me was the fact that this costs more than the RZ50 and lower than the RZ70, but feature-wise, it feels like it's below the RZ50. Initial thought is that they're gonna come out with the new RZ50 or maybe an updated RZ50, which would then justify the RZ30 being at the price point it's at right now, which is higher, a few hundred higher than the RZ50, which kind of doesn't make sense. All right, here we are going to check out the menu via the web app. So how do we get there? It's very simple. We need to type in the IP address of the Onkyo RZ30 into the browser here. And I'm using Firefox because I don't normally do it, so hopefully I hadn't saved it. How do we find the IP address? It's simple. On your remote, press the info button. I believe that's it right there. So 192.168.1.29. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna type in CI user for both. CI stands for custom integrator. So we're gonna sign in, and here we go. TX-RZ30 gathering configuration from TX-RZ30. It says we recommend you change the password, but don't do that. And here we are. Okay, in this we can do a lot of things. Now, one of the things I want to do real quick just to show you because it's super fun, we're going to go to source and we're going to name edit. Now this usually takes forever, but watch this. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna go through that real quick on the front of the AVR. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Isn't that awesome? You could do this so fast. So the Blu-ray is the LG UBK90. So let's go, boom. LG UBK90. Oh wait, I gotta click out of this. There we go. And there, it's now updated. So you gotta click out of it to update. The game is gonna be the Play PS5. Okay. Cable Sat, I believe, is the Revolution player. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's see. STRM box. PC, aux. Let's just type that stuff back in. And then on the front, we got PS5 and we got Revolution. So that's one of the coolest features that you can just type it in super quick. So basically you can do everything in this menu without having to actually do it through the menu system in the RZ30, which is fantastic. Of course, this works for pretty much all Onkyo AVRs, I would imagine. Don't quote me on that, okay? For sure, the RZ30, 5070. I'm not sure about the NRs or the lower end models. And since this is an Onkyo product, this probably could work for Pioneer and Integra as well. Just type in the IP address and go from there. Upscaling to auto if we want. I want to keep that off. Zone 2 HDMI is not in use. You can turn that on. Okay, 8K signal format. As you can see, I've got it for 8K standard here on the gaming console. We can go 8K enhanced for the PS5. I do have to bring my Xbox Series X in here to double check and test everything that we're getting. So we'll wait for the full review on that. But everything else is going to be 4K enhanced because the Blu-ray player and the Revolution player are here in cable sat. Those are the only devices I have set up. You can assign all your legacy video inputs to whatever input you want over here. Digital audio output, same thing. Analog audio output, same thing. You just go in and choose which one you want for whichever input. Actually, if you have a CD player, you're probably going to want to do coaxial on the digital or optical, depending on what you've got. Sometimes the TV, you guys might want optical. So I actually have it on HDMI, so I can actually turn all this digital audio inputs off. So for analog, it goes the same way. You can change to whatever input you want. If you're running analog, you know, we can just turn that off on the BDDV. And if you're running a CD player, an old one that just has RCA, boom, set it to audio 1. Make sure you turn off on BDDV. Speaker. So here we can choose our speaker configuration. I have a 5.1.4. You can choose all kinds of different things. Uh-oh, it's clearing my Dirac settings. That's no good. Don't do that, okay? So just choose the one you have, and 5.1.4. I have my, speaker setup is front height, subwoofer, I've got 1. This is all your basic stuff. Now, I did hear that even if you have 4 ohms, you want to click 6 ohms or above. When you have 4 ohms selected because you have 4 ohm speaker, it's actually neutering the amplifier in the AVR. So no matter what speakers you have, go ahead, click 6 ohms or above so you can get the full power. Pro tip for you guys right there. As far as crossover is concerned, they do this integration with clips. I don't know if it really works or if it's really good, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Now, if you're trying to figure out which frequency to cut off your speakers at, make sure you pick up the Spatial Audio Calibration Toolkit, because there's a section in there called crossover points, where you pick the crossover point based on listening to where the speaker rolls off naturally. So instead of just guessing, you can actually do it with our disc. Go to spatialcd.com and pick yours up today. Distances, we can change all our distances. Now, I haven't changed any of the distances because I have a Dirac Live calibration already set up. Same thing with level calibration. You guys can change this stuff if you really want to. It's very, very easy. So if you're doing a manual calibration, i.e. using the Spatial Audio Calibration Toolkit, you can get all your distances and your level calibration input here, as opposed to using the remote control. So it's a lot faster. Dolby enabled speakers. So this is if you have a height speaker, like a Dolby speaker, like right here. I'm gonna set it up for that. Is it doing it? There it is, Dolby speaker. So now when we go down here, we have a height situation here. So how high is the ceiling? The ceiling is 8 feet. So you wanna make sure to adjust that if you are using a Dolby Atmos speaker. AccuReflex, I looked this up, and this is mainly for if you have a Dolby Atmos upward firing speaker. So you want to turn that on if you do. If you don't, leave that off. All right, so in the equalizer settings section here, we have a 15-band equalizer and 3 presets. I thought this was super duper awesome. However, it doesn't do per speaker. So the fronts are the front left and right. The center obviously is just the center, so that is 1 speaker alone. But then the height 1, height 2, and the surrounds, they're all done in pairs. So it's kind of cool, but also kind of not that cool. If you're in a dedicated home theater space where the room is like perfectly rectangular, you'll probably be okay. But in my situation here, one of the front speakers is up kind of in the corner. The other one has no wall behind it. So it's going to need different equalization per speaker because the locations don't have the same boundaries in the room. So yeah, not really the best thing. You can turn on and off THX select subwoofer. So with THX Loudness Plus, I keep this off. You guys can play with it if you like. It's supposed to maintain the characteristics of the movie while you're playing at low levels. Try it if you want to. Speaker virtualization, I keep that thing off because I'm not trying to virtualize my height speakers with my ear level speakers. That's what that's doing. It's for people without height speakers to get this Atmos-ish experience with their ear level speakers. In audio adjust, you've got a lot of options here on how this AVR handles, mono output speaker. Loudness management, you guys want to have that off. Remember, that's what I showed you in that previous video. Center spread is something that some people like. I keep it off. So try center spread. If you like it, keep it on. If you don't like it, turn it off, right? It'll add the center channel, so you get this nice wide front stage when you're listening to music. I would leave all the DTS and IMAX settings on auto. LFE level, you can mess with that if you really want to, but usually the calibration will take care of it. In the hardware section here, we have HDMI CEC. So you want this on if you're running HDMI ARC from a TV to get like streaming app audio into your AVR. You want to have that on, along with audio return channel, eARC support on, and I have my auto lip sync to on. I haven't turned it off, so it seems to be fine for me. So do with it what you want to do. You can change your power management if you like. 12-volt trigger can go. Right now I don't have a external amplifier, so I might as well just turn it off. You can leave it on if you like. If you don't have anything connected to it, it's not gonna matter. You can do some stuff with Sonos, work with Sonos 1, 2, and 3, so you have some options there. Multi-zone, again, the thing that I do not like in an AVR, you've got it here, so you could use it if you like. Okay, and we're getting into all kinds of other stuff here, which is very self-explanatory. You can put in some tuner presets. So with limit mode, we've got eARC on, and we want HDR, we want HDR10+, we want Dolby Vision, we want deep color, we want 3D. I'm not sure what DSC is, but it's all on. VRR, ALLM, okay? Audio limit is off on all these things. I would just keep it all the same. FRL, yeah, keep all that on. All right, and that's basically it. All right, and here on this hamburger menu, you can print your configuration, you can back it up, you can upload it, you can store it to your computer, you can do all that stuff. So I can store all this here, I can recall it, do a factory reset, whatever can be done from over here. And this is like a little status. So this is like a little information station. And here I believe you can like test HDMI cables by choosing the speed and the source and hitting start. It's actually quite nice to have that. All right, well, I hope this has been informative for you guys. If it has, let me know down in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will be doing a full review in like a month or so with this AVR, living with it for an extended period of time. There was a bug. I believe the bug should have an update in March. So we're just all waiting for that. And this bug does affect the RZ30, 50, and 70, if and only if you're using Dirac Live bass control or Dirac Live bass management. If you're using the standard Dirac Live, this does not apply to you. And that's what I have been using. And it's actually sounding pretty darn good. A couple of little tweaks with the spatial audio calibration toolkit. And of course, if you want me to do a Magic Beans calibration on this system, let me know about that in the comments as well. That's it for this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my new AI music video channel. It's pretty wild. Gonna do some cool stuff over there. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Me.